Why do you have Gambit set as your profile picture?
I like Gambit. Gambit's cool. I think Gambit's pretty
that's
good.
crazy. I actually have Cyclops set as mine.
With just over a month remaining in 2023, we finally got the roadmap for the second half of the year. Mephisto's coming, Nightcrawler's coming. We got 2 new game modes and a lot more, and we're discussing all of it and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. This week, I am joined by my brother, Mr. Hartgrave, and if you're ready for it all, Mr. Hartgrave, let him know what to do.
Let's go smash it.
Oh yeah, welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I'm ValleyFlyin, this is Mr. Hartgrave, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. We do this video every single week, keep you up to date on everything going on in Marvel Strike Force. And if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel, including a news video, question and answer videos, gameplay videos, reveal videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. Without further ado, how has your experience been the past week or so in Marvel Strike Force, Mr. Hartgrave?
It's been kind of up and down. I'm not having too much fun with this season of Cosmic Crucible. Actually find myself missing the previous season, which is odd. I know that's probably not what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like that. They're waiting for that to get over. What about this season of Cosmic Crucible is annoying you so much? I'm kind of liking it. I'm not facing the same defenses all the time. I'm having to use new solutions for every defense. What is annoying you about this season of Cosmic Crucible?
Yeah, I'm not having that experience at all. So I'm in Diamond 1. I don't know if that's making things different or not, but things are pretty standard. I use the same offenses on the same teams, and it usually comes down to just like 1 or 2 points. Whoever wins or loses, it's a pure efficiency race. And there's no, I miss that there's like not a room where you put in a team. It gets a good defense bonus and kind of hold. That doesn't exist at all. All the rooms are pretty much.
Is that a bad thing, though? Is that a bad thing? We were talking about this when we did the playtest, right? We were talking about Cosmic Crucible and how it's kind of a bland rules. It seems pretty easy to get through, and I kind of we both actually like that. So I like that it's not as tough as it was. And we have solutions. Even with a super-skrull, I like the exhausted mechanic. There's a lot that I like about this, but it's a game. Everybody likes different things about it. Let's move on to Black Friday, because there was a lot of good deals on Black Friday. I got a few of them. I know we were talking beforehand. You got a few of them. What did you end up getting this Cyber Monday and Black Friday? We still got some good deals going on right here. This looks like a pretty good deal, and I might end up getting it twice. 5 million gold, 200 dark promo credits for $5. Was there any other deals that you thought was really worth it? Did you end up getting anything good for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, Mr. Hartgrave?
No, just this. And this is the new price point. So it's $1 for 1 million. I think that is, if you're spending money on the game, then this is an offer. I like that it's paired with dark promo credits, which is like the only thing I'll buy, basically, or dark promo credits. So there you go. Yeah, this is a solid deal if you're spending money on the game.
Now, the other thing that I got was an offer for some catalysts. It was like $10, and I got a bunch of catalysts. Did you end up getting any of the catalyst offers? I'm trying to find it here. Here's one of them. This is for the green to health catalyst. There was a similar offer for the red catalyst, the focus ones. Was this worth it for you? Because for me, this was something that I was missing, and I figured this would save me weeks of farming.
I'm not hurting for those as much because I probably haven't upgraded as many characters to tier 16. I tend to be a little more stingy with my gear, so I'm not having a problem there. And so I'm really not in the market for that. And the value isn't here for gold. That's not $1 for 1 million. It's like,
I don't care about this. This is what I cared about, though. These focus catalysts, I was so low on those. But I think Mr. Hartgrave, you don't have as much of a crunch because you're through Dark Dimension 6.
True. Yeah, once you beat Dark Dimension 6, you get a bunch of extra catalysts as well.
Yeah, and all the characters that you need to upgrade are already upgraded. So it's just about what characters you want to upgrade at that point. We're supposed to be having Photon become farmable. Hard Villain 7/6, supposed to be replacing She-Hulk. That's still going to be available in the Blitz store. When do you think she's going to be farmable? Because this was a blog post that was supposed to be ending on the 1st, a battle plan that's supposed to end on the 1st of December. That is tomorrow. You think we'll get her today, tomorrow, or they're totally going to skip this and we're going to miss the farmable Photon?
I'm going to bet on skipping it and then next week.
Next week. All right. I hope you're wrong on that. I hope it comes later today. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, Photons are already farmable, but we will have to wait on see because as of us recording this, not farmable. One of the big things that we got yesterday was the second half preview of 2023.
Yeah.
With about a little over a month left, so they got this just in time. But I think the good thing that it got delayed so long, and they revealed this to us at the Envoy Summit. They've burned down the previous roadmap and started this from scratch. I don't remember if they did that once or twice, but everything that they had in the previous roadmap, gone. It wasn't exciting enough. This was the more exciting version. They wanted something that's going to generate more hype. What do you think was in the old version that made this version so much more better? What do you think they were talking about? Maybe no new game modes, no new characters, just quality of life. What do you think was in the old version that was so boring that they needed to redo this whole thing?
Yeah, I suspect they didn't have new game modes because the game mode that's in here, they were just like starting to kind of develop at a couple months ago, as far as I know, subject to change allegedly. And then there's another game mode in here, which I knew nothing about at all. I think that was brand new to everybody. So I think that's what they ended up focusing on, which is probably a good idea. I think people would like to have some fresh gameplay in this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think I want more game modes. Take off some of the old ones like Blitz, Real-Time Arena, some of the ones that don't really give us a lot of benefit, a lot of quality time, but I think this was good. Now, one of the things that they mentioned here was the OTA changes. That was one of the things that I was super excited about coming out of that Envoy Summit. Why do you think that hasn't been addressed as big? Because I thought what this was going to allow them to do is get updates in sooner, spend less time doing all these extra processes that they have and just allow stuff to go into the game. That I don't think that has been there yet. What do you think of these OTA changes and what it's going to bring to the future of Marvel Strike Force, though?
Yeah, what I'm hoping it'll let them do is just add more content to the game that's sorely lacking, like environment.
Ooh.
When's the last time
we haven't had a new one of those in a long time, Hartgrave? Yeah,
it'd be really cool if this sort of thing helped them add more, environments to the game and stuff like that we just don't see updated very often, or if at all.
Yeah.
It would be nice, yeah. And hopefully high quality assets. I mean, we've had some of these raids come out and it looks like JPEGs from like the 90s behind them. Like, if they could fix that, that'd be cool.
It's not that bad. Oh, wait, I guess you're playing in low graphics mode. It is in some of these older devices.
I play on a high-end device and some of these graphics are not HD. And it's really weird to see such low quality graphics like up next to like good quality assets. Like, I don't know what they're doing.
Well, this game is almost 5 years old and looks significantly better than that Lord of the Rings game that was just released a few months ago. So I don't know. Maybe this is it for mobile games, because it's not just the new devices that they cater to. It's all the old devices, and I don't know. Are we gonna get anything better than this if we have to try to placate to the older devices? Maybe not. Graphics aren't one of my big concerns of Marvel Strike Force, though. It's some of these bugs, and I guess a good thing that they mentioned here, they made a deliberate decision to move people away from other projects to focus on game stability. One of the things they mentioned at an Envoy Summit, that is a huge priority for them, but they said if they wanted to just focus on stability, they would have to probably take about 3 months to do that. No updates, nothing, and players wouldn't be happy. So they're trying to do a lot of stuff on the back end while still continuing to release content, and I do enjoy that. Any other takeaways from the Envoy Summit that wasn't discussed in this roadmap that you want to bring up?
Wow. Yeah, I got like a whole notebook of things that I'd like to talk about.
Oh, I see what notebook you have. I have one of those as well, and yeah, we can't talk about everything in that notebook, but there's a lot of good stuff in that notebook. All right, I guess we're moving into Siege on Battleworld. This was something that looked fun. Now, when we saw this, it was in the very early stages, and it looks like even some things have changed since a few weeks ago that we were there. What do you think of this game mode? I know some people are comparing it to Territory Wars in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I have not played that game mode, so I don't know if that's a good game mode or a bad game mode. What do you think of this, though, as you saw this coming to Marvel Strike Force?
Yeah, my initial impression of this is that this looks like a whole lot of work for me as an alliance leader and captain, and kind of a huge headache, an ongoing headache too. I don't think it's going to be a one-time set this up and then it just kind of runs itself. I think it's going to be an ongoing kind of process like Alliance War, where you're constantly going to have to be like micromanaging your alliance to kind of deal with this in the best way possible. And I don't like that it only requires a fraction of your alliance to interact with it to beat it. And so that means you're going to like be trying to, as an alliance leader and captain, I'll be like trying to get the best people to interact with it. And they might not want to. There's just all sorts of, you know, man baby drama is what I see when I look at this game mode.
My goodness, you gotta stop being a leader, stop being a captain, just enjoy the game. Go to the War Casual Alliance, stop stressing about Marvel Strike Force so much. I gotta tell you, War, so much more fun since I moved to a War Casual Alliance. And the game overall, now this was done in year 1, but it was so stressful being a leader and a captain. I was out of that in year 1 and the game was a lot better. So I don't have that to deal with. This looks fun to me. This looks very fun to me, more stuff. And I actually appreciate that not everybody in the alliance has to participate on every single day. I might have some stuff to do. The rest of my alliance could carry me up, build me up. And on the days that they have stuff to do and I have more time to play, I could lift them up. And I kind of like that idea. They don't really discuss that in the blog post, but that was something that was discussed with us in the Envoy Summit. And I kind of like that you have these different missions. Now, I'm hoping it's not going to be how you described Mr. Hartgrave. You said that you have to micromanage it every day. Obviously, this is still like a work in progress, so I don't even think the devs have everything set up, but I'm hoping that it's gonna be set up for the first time, a lot of work, and then you just kind of manage it at that point and make sure all the missions get done and people are gonna go in. Like on the Greek raids and on my alliance, right now, we don't even have lane set. You're like, just go finish it, and we end up finishing it. So I'm hoping it'll be something like that. But Mr. Hartgrave, would you have preferred it if everybody had to participate every single day for this to work and get all the rewards?
I would prefer for it to be I mean, I don't think at this point in the lifespan of Marvel Strike Force, we should be focusing on alliance-wide anything because we just don't have that level of interaction. So if this was a solo game mode that fed into like an alliance-wide pool of points, great. And when they first described it to me, that's what I was hoping it was. Oh, I can go through here and beat these missions and then it will help my alliance. Great. Like Cosmic Crucible, but the points are alliance-wide. No. From what I understand, it's like 6 people in your alliance every day will kind of do the thing. And what this is going to be is it's just going to be those same 6 people every day. And the rest of the alliance is going to coast by or what. This is all early information.
Obviously everything can be changed, but I kind of like that. And on days that I have more time, I could pick up the slack for people that don't have as much time. And for days that I don't have players that have much time to play, the rest of my alliance could do stuff. I mean, we're acting as alliance teamwork towards one goal. I do like this. And one of the things that's not mentioned here, everybody in the alliance gets the same rewards, whether you do nothing or do everything. Oh my God.
You see, this just builds resentment. And I know, look, all right, I'm not trying to pick on you specifically, but you're not ever going to do anything. Okay? That's what I'm telling you right now. No. You're like, oh, some days I'm going to slack off and some days I'm going to help out. No.
That is not how I play at all. That is not how I play at all. There's some days I'm like, I want more content. I don't have Dark Dimension to do because I'm waiting at the Legend. Like, what can I do? I'm logging in. Yesterday, I logged in like 5-6 times like, I got nothing to do. This sucks. I got nothing to do. This sucks. Some days that's going to be me on it here. And then other days I'm like, I don't even have time to pick up my phone. So for me, it's going to balance out. For me, it will balance out. I don't know about everybody, but
here's the problem. On that day when you want to play this game mode, those 6 guys will have already completed this game mode before you even asked to do it. That's going to be the problem then. You're going to
get the rewards though. I don't see that as a huge problem. I'm still going to get the rewards. I could play it or not. I think this is fun.
Here's another problem. What if those 6 guys that are insisting on playing this suck at this and you would be better at this and then they're in your way? And
right, that would be a problem, but hopefully that's ironed out in week 1 and we never have to look at that problem again in the second and third.
Ongoing issue. We still have that issue. That's alliance war. Why does this guy jump on at the start of war and take all of his losses on room 1 and then we don't see him for the rest of the day? Same thing is going to happen here.
Why are you stressing about war so much? The rewards suck. Why are you stressing about war?
Are going to be good for this.
Well, it might not be that stress. We'll see.
All right.
We can make a whole video on just this, Mr. Hartgrave, but there's a lot of other topics I want to get to. But yeah, we'll see on this. I don't think either of us know enough information to make a decision either way or the other. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It might be fine. That's where my mind goes with it. Is it might be?
I know that's where it goes. But I lean towards a positive. I think it's gonna be awesome. I hope it's gonna be awesome. We'll see. I hope it's not bugged. That's the main thing. I hope it's not bugged.
It'll definitely be bugged.
All right, well, I hope it's minimal bugs. Let's move on to these guys, Extreme X-Men, Nightcrawler. The community was super hyped when they saw the BAMF tweet that went out. Then Nightcrawler was released. How hyped are you for this character? I mean, you've known about this for a while. When you saw Nightcrawler, oh, look at that. You already got the Funko Pop in anticipation for this. You knew he was coming. How hyped were you on that Envoy Summit day when you saw Nightcrawler? You saw, oh, he's coming to the game.
This is okay. I knew that this was the thing is, I knew Nightcrawler was gonna come to the game at some point. Like, I literally bought this Funko Pop, like, months before I even went to California. But, okay. So I knew that it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to come to the game. Like, of course, he's going to come to the game. Professor X isn't, by the way, everybody, but Nightcrawler definitely.
They might. That's not what they said. They didn't say no, but they did say that Marvel wanted a specific version. They want a different version, and they're battling on that. But yeah,
I knew you were going to get Nightcrawler. So am I excited? Not really. The other stuff I know about the team, a little more excited.
All right. And moving on.
Why do you have Gambit set as your profile picture?
Oh, I like Gambit. Gambit's cool. I think Gambit's gonna be good.
That's crazy. I actually have Cyclops set as mine.
That is very, very weird. That's very weird. All right. Anyway, moving on to something totally unrelated. Let's talk about the new choice of the characters here. Symbiote Silver Surfer. This was not a one-time thing. What did you think of fans being able to vote for one of the characters coming up? Thanos, Kestrel, Groot, or Silver Surfer? We got to choose, and I'm thinking that the characters weren't designed at this point. Remember how we were theorizing with one of these choices? It's gonna be the exact same kits. They're just gonna change the character model. I don't think that's the case with this.
No, I don't think so. No, I think it's really cool, and I think the community picked right because I think this is a really cool design, probably better than the other ones. And another thing that I can't tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyways because I don't care, is that you might get the other costumes or the other designs as costumes. So we might see that Thanos design become a costume for Thanos. And we might not as well, but that is definitely something that they would consider.
Yeah, I think that's all they said, right? They said they were considering that. I don't think they said it was finalized one way or the other, but
I thought that was a cool idea for anyone that was bummed that they didn't get the Groot or whoever you wanted. Maybe
the Thanos looked cool. The Thanos looked really cool.
I thought the Kestrel looked cool. I thought Kestrel was one of the ones that I wanted. But
I voted for the Kestrel because it had like an animation on the character design thing. So yeah, but Thanos I thought looked cool with the Infinity Stones and the symbiote. They said there's another opportunity to vote coming in December, just a few weeks away, and then more in 2024. Do you think we're going to be voting on the rest of this team or other characters or other features coming to the game? What do you think we're going to be voting on?
I probably everything. They seemed really keen on letting people vote on things and letting the community have more say. And I think that's a great idea because I think it worked out here. I think we got the best design.
Yeah, this looks really good. I think this is going to be another loading screen. This looks really, really nice. All right, next game mode coming is kind of a hybrid of things that the community like. We have another tower mode coming. Similar to Avengers Tower, similar to Sword Satellite, but the way they're describing this new tower mode has a twist where you could only bring a squad of 3. And then when we look at some of these rules, battling in this mode is free, doesn't require energy. Health and ability energy is persistent, so it doesn't reset between the floors. Characters can't heal between the floors. Restarting a run will drop you all the way down to floor 1. Floors will have specific trait requirements, so you can't just use like Apocalypse and Silver Surfer, not Silver Surfer, super-skrull on the same nodes. You got to switch up them. No save points between the floors. Part of the challenge is trying to get their best run, and milestones reward are paid out relative to the highest number of floors cleared in your best run. So has elements that we've previously seen in Avengers Tower, Sword Satellite, and a lot of these elements remind me of what we've seen in the Scourge runs. What did you think of this game mode? This was not previewed at all to us in the Envoy Summit. This is the first time we saw about this. What did you think of this when you saw this preview?
Yeah, initially I was not excited about this when it looks like kind of like a lesser version of Tower. But the more I think about it, the more I like it. And right now I'm actually pretty excited about it. And what I like about it is the Scourge element, where you can keep redoing it until you have like the perfect run. And that's going to be really good for me over on my channel. I'll definitely have some advice on how to beat these floors in the most efficient manner possible. And that's the kind of the nerd stuff that I enjoy doing.
Now they talk about rewards here. What do you feel the rewards are going to be? Is it going to be similar to what we've experienced in Avengers Tower, which was a fun game mode, but the rewards didn't really match the time that it took to get through this? Is it going to be similar to Sword Satellite, which had some really good rewards and also took some time? Or is it going to be similar to what we've seen in the Scourges, where you get some really advanced rewards and it's just a matter of who's going to sit through doing these nodes, all the resets, bad RNG to get to the highest floor? What do you think this is going to be most similar to, or none of that?
I'd be surprised if they used it as a character release method, so I don't think it's going to be that. It'll probably be closer to Sword Satellite, because they didn't seem keen on running Sword Satellite again, from what I could tell.
I think it was the rewards though, right? Do you think it was because the game mode itself or the rewards?
I don't know. I think that they have a lot of problems updating the Tower and Sword Satellite. I think it's a lot of work for like a one-time thing, because they could rerun it, but then a lot of the whales and krakens are going to demolish the swords. Like if they run Sword Satellite again, everyone is just gonna like beat it in one day with the power creep the way it is.
Yeah.
So they can't really reuse that content. So if they can reuse this better, then this might replace Tower and Satellite and kind of include the rewards that we would normally see with those game modes in it.
Do you think any of these floors are going to be a problem? I mean, we see a couple here and they could change, but do you think any of these floors are going to be a problem using only 3 characters instead of our full 5-person team?
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder if they're going to supplement your 3 characters with other characters, because they do have that ability, like on campaign nodes, like, hey, use your 3 whatever and we'll add these 2, which would makes for some good theory crafting, actually, because then you could have duplicates on your side.
I would assume that it wouldn't be like that. That would be more for newer players, more mid-game players. I think this is supposed to be more end-game content and they want us to use our roster, but we'll see. I would like them to make more of this new content more accessible to newer players and more mid-game players, so everybody could have the fun of these game modes.
About this, I think that this mode is more accessible. There's going to be more theory crafting for mid-game players than there is end-game players. End-game players are probably going to mostly breeze through this. Maybe the top floors are probably designed for us, but it looks like this is a little more friendly, because you don't need as wide of a roster. You only need 3 characters per floor. So hopefully that'll make it more accessible to mid-game players. That's
true. And if these power levels stay the same as you see in this, I mean, I don't think many players are going to have trouble with floors 2, floors 3, or 1 are going to get cleared. I mean, these floors look pretty easy. We'll see if they stay the same as it gets live, but it is going to be targeted for release in January of 2024. All right. Also coming sometime in 2024, the next chapter of Dark Dimension 7. Mephisto is the big bad. Why do you think he has no nipples still?
It might be like something for Marvel. Maybe Marvel doesn't like nipples on characters. I don't know.
I mean, Silver Surfer doesn't have a Hulk has them, but none of the other characters that I can think of off the top of my head do. So Mephisto is another one of these characters that does not. Now, Dark Dimension is coming sometime in 2024. Which usually means that we're going to get another level cap, another gear increase coming. Are you ready for another level cap coming? Usually they've been around February, March or so every year. So are you ready for the next one coming?
Yeah, I think I am, actually. I have pretty much all of my roster that is useful up to level 95. In fact, I'm planning to take a lot more of my roster to level 95 next week for reasons. And yeah, I think I'm absolutely ready for level 100.
Nice. Now we have some trait character restrictions that's changed a little bit. So the non-restricted nodes, there's actually 3 of them instead of 2. And the city, global, cosmic each have 2 nodes instead of 3. And then there's a legendary section, missions 10 and 11, and a new mythic trait. What do you think of these new order of these? We're going to need to get a minimum of 25 characters instead of 20 now.
kind of already was the case with the last Dark Dimension. If you don't take in a couple of Horsemen into the last couple of nodes on Dark Dimension 6, it's a very bad time. So I like that they're kind of being more honest about it. They're just like, okay, now it's 25 characters.
Now, does this change of nodes, the city, global, cosmic, legendary, mythic, new mythic characters, does this change any of your recommendations for players still trying to get through Dark Dimension 6?
Yes. Now we take Dormammu.
Dormammu, build them up, even though it costs a crap load of mystic gear.
Do it. It's going to help you too. I was able to one-shot all of Cosmic with the help of Dormammu and super-skrull. But Dormammu was a big part of that.
All right, here's the thing. I could have waited 2-3 months to build up my Dormammu, get into that Cosmic section, or I could have used my Stitcher right now. Still the case, just to get super-skrull and then maybe worry about Dormammu later, or are you still recommending Dormammu?
No, you don't have to do that. You could just only take, if you only take 4 mystic characters instead of 5, you can afford Dormammu.
Okay. All right, let's talk about this new mythic trait, because this is a little different than the mythic legendaries that we've had. I don't know if you remember, but we had a mythic legendary in Adam Warlock that required another legendary character. We also had that in Omega Red. This is different. Why do you think they didn't change the name of the mythic legendaries to this new mythic trait? Why couldn't they come up with any other name that's different than that?
Because they already had that name, and nobody cared about that anyways.
I did see a post on Reddit like, hey, what is all these mythic legendaries that we used to have and stuff? I just think they could have avoided some of that confusion and just called this something different. But this looks like a good trait. This looks like the solution that they've created, because they had the Phoenix problem in Dark Dimension, 2, that they had to solve. They had an Ultron problem in the next Dark Dimension. So I think this is the way that they're switching this up, that they don't have to tune these nodes to having Apocalypse, to having Kestrel, to having some of these stronger characters, and they could just make these, maybe, this is what I'm hoping, just hopefully that just this mythic section is going to be tough, because this is all your good characters here. We got Dr. Doom, Dormammu, super-skrull, Apocalypse, Kestrel. Is there any reason to take Ultimus or Ultron into this?
I mean, maybe I think your choice is either Ultron or Dr. Doom, and I think you can make an argument for Ultron being more useful than Dr. Doom, or vice versa. It depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, I guess I've brought up Dr. Doom for Dark Dimension 6, and it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's special, that big AoE attack does a ton more damage, but I think you're usually bringing Dr. Doom for that push to get him below that 50% health, to get all that extra turn meter. That is a lot harder to get to with that bigger Dr. Doom. So it's a double-edged sword of bringing him up. And it's like you said, it depends on what you need. So do you think with this new selection of characters, do you think Kestrel, where do you think she's going to be farmable? Because they said sometime in the future, Kestrel will be added to Dark Dimension rewards for increased accessibility. Yeah. There's no characters on Dark Dimension 1, no characters on Dark Dimension 3. You think she's going to be added to one of those, or just some of your rewards for some other nodes at a different Dark Dimension?
Put her on Dark Dimension 1. I think that's a great thing for new players to have access to. It'll really help out their game.
I like that as well. I totally forgot there was no character there. So I was thinking Dark Dimension 3, but Dark Dimension 1 even earlier. Get her in the hands of newer players even earlier. I like that. What about Ultimus? You think that he's going to come with a rework, or this is just a trap character? Like, oh, you weren't paying attention. You thought this character was good. Aha, you used your resource on a bad character. Is that why he's here? Why is he in this? He's doesn't even fit that mythic tag, even from Inception, even after his rework that he had.
Yeah, I don't know why people get so like, I don't get the whole push to make Ultimus good. I think it's fine that he sucks.
I'll tell you why. Yeah, I think it's fine that he sucks too. But the reason why, he's the major bad guy of all of Marvel's Strike Force, and he sucks. He's never been good as a PvE character. When you're fighting him, he's never been good when you're using him. It's just kind of disappointing that he's like the overarching villain of this, and he's just is bad. But other than that, I don't think people care.
And nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. I mean, there's like 2 guys right now in the comments who are like, the story of Marvel Strike Force is what I'm here for. I mean, like, that's it. That's the only thing.
Hey, people play for different things. That's not the fun aspect for me, but I know there was a lot of people like, oh, the story is getting good. I like this story. So yeah, everybody has their different things that they like about this game.
But Ultimus hasn't been a part of the story for like 4 years. So like they've moved on. It's over.
Oh. I've never read the story, even in year one, so I have no idea how he fits into
I mean, they reference him. I do read the story. They do reference him from time to time, but it's more like, hey, wasn't this guy used to be something? And they're like, no, not anymore. Now that's this other guy.
We are getting some quality of life improvements. We're getting some more user interface. I read through this. More epic characters hub, a meta character roster highlights, save store filters, monthly meta item event highlights. I think a lot of this is helping newer players that aren't as engaged. And I think this is kind of meeting their road ahead to improve that new player experience. Any other take on these quality of life improvements? Is there anything that stood out for you?
They're trying to replace me, Valley. If they do all this properly, no one will ever need my videos again, and I don't like it. You're probably going to need me to tell you if it's actually accurate or not.
Like Jarvis? This is
exactly.
the Jarvis
Take
replacement.
Grain of salt here. Yeah, when they tell you that AIM is meta for you.
Wait, you mean I'm not supposed to use Bionic Avengers in the tech section?
You might want to get a second opinion.
They were recommended for so long before Pegasus came out that I don't know how many people ended up using them. But yeah, I think this is good. This is all good stuff for newer players. I had more quality of life changes. One thing I did want to see was something that was suggested in the Envoy chat a while ago, suggested by the community many times. Ability to switch to ISO 8 from class to class in the battle screen. I think that is needed, especially with the rules in Cosmic Crucible and having to switch so many different classes to each game mode. I think that is the major thing that I would want to see. We're also getting some improvements to the website, more for recruiting. How much is this going to help you as far as maintaining a full alliance, Mr. Hartgrave? Because it seems a lot of these are dedicated. A lot of these features on MarvelStrikeForce.com that are upcoming is dedicated to filling your alliances.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I won't interface with this at all. I think it's too little, too late, and I hope it helps somebody.
I think it will help people. Let me know if you're an alliance leader or captain if you think this is going to help you. But let's talk about something Alliance is doing right now. The Incursion raids. We're on difficulty 2.2. That is the highest difficulty of all the Incursion raids right now, because difficulty 3 has been temporarily disabled. Did you guys advance enough to get to difficulty 3 to make a difference for you guys?
Yeah, we actually pushed. We got 80% on the 2.2.
Nice.
And we were kind of idiots because I wasn't even sure if it would unlock difficulty 3 because it's disabled.
Oh, did you do it after it got disabled?
Yeah, and it does unlock. So if you do want to push to 80% now to be ready for when difficulty 3 comes back someday, it will hopefully be unlocked. You do get the first time rewards.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, this was posted over a week ago. When do you I thought this would be back this week. I thought they would be on vacation last week for the Thanksgiving holiday, and they'd be back this week. It'd be fixed. When do you think this is going to be fixed?
Next week.
Next week when they're back?
Maybe for the 2024 preview. That'll come in 2025.
Have you tried difficulty 3 on the test server?
No.
Okay. So we have no idea other than what it says on paper about how difficult this is actually going to be.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know what's wrong with it.
I don't know. I guess was it too hard? Was it too easy? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
If there was an issue.
Any one of you tested out 3.3 or 2.3 before it's disabled, let me know what the difference in difficulty is.
You know what I hope? I hope there's compensation. Ooh. For all the time where we could be doing difficulty 3 and we haven't been able to. Let's compensate for that.
You should, especially the elite raid credits, so we could get more of these rewards for Green Goblin and Nova and Black Cat. It's actually more for Nova and Black Cat right now, but hopefully someday Green Goblin will be added that. What did you think of this as a release method for the Awaken abilities for Green Goblin?
It's better than what they were doing. It's more fair.
Nothing.
Yeah, well, no, there were offers. You could buy really expensive offers for a random chance to get these passive.
The Nova ones. Yeah. They did nothing for Black Cat, but the Nova ones, they were selling them for crazy amounts. You're right on that.
Crazy amounts of money. So this is like a reasonable amount of money for something that should be free to play accessible shortly. I don't know when, but yeah, it's not bad. The only passive everyone needs to get right now, by the way, is the Black Cat passive. That should keep you busy for a minute. Like get that one and then get everything else.
That's the only one. And then maybe another one, and Novas you could save till last. But I would not do any Novas until we know that Green Goblin is either coming or not coming. Do you think that these Green Goblin abilities, and I think it makes sense that it's eventually going to be purchased by elite raid credits. Do you think that there's any chance of it not going there and this is going to be the release method for a while? Because personally, I have no problem if they're going to release all the Awakened abilities like this, as long as, give people that want to spend the money a chance to enjoy this a little more, have a little more time to enjoy this. And then everybody else can get this with elite raid credits. Do you think there's a chance that they won't release this with raid credits and this is just how they're going to be releasing things from now on?
My firm assumption is that these will be available for elite raid credits.
Okay. And do you think that's a good or bad precedent moving forward?
I think it's fine because eventually you'll be able to max everything out over time.
That's how I feel as well.
So
I think eventually you'll get it.
Yeah. And they're not crucial. Like, you don't need any of this stuff. None of it's the one that's most crucial is Black Cat's passive. Like, that will actually kind of change things.
Yeah, and I guess the current season of Cosmic Crucible, you don't really need the passive for Green Goblin because they start with defense up. Next season, they might not be starting with that, so you might need that passive. The ultimate, though, gives him an extra charge on that, and he's got a lot of good stuff on his charges. This one's going to be the most expensive with this ultimate, though, because you need a minimum of 5 yellow stars per character for the green to unlock that. That's going to be expensive.
I was able to get Craven to 5 stars free to play. So
nice.
It's maybe not that expensive.
Well, I hope they do make these available sometime with elite raid credits because that's all good stuff. But speaking on more Awakened abilities, we had the Green Goblin trials and earlier this week we had the Black Cat trials begin. What is the most difficult section of the Green Goblin trials for you? Was it city villains, global blasters? Was it the new Avengers? What gave you the most trouble in the Green Goblin trials?
It was the city villains until I took up Mysterio and Vulture, and then that section got very, very easy. Honestly, the worst section was Rebirth against that giant Wakanda team. I could not do difficulty 9 because I was just shut down out of that no matter what I did.
Oh, I didn't even try difficulty 9. I just stayed on difficulty 8.
To beat it. Yeah, it was impossible.
And then it was weird with the difficulty, right? From difficulty 8 to 9, huge jump. 9 to 10, very small jump. But the global blasters, that's what really screwed me up. What about this Black Cat trials, which is going on right now? How easy is it with using the Sinister 6 now instead of just having to use Nowhere?
It makes Nowhere obsolete. There's like no reason to build Nowhere anymore unless you're in one of the top war alliances. But you can totally skip Nowhere now. Probably still build Nova, but other than that, there's no reason.
All right, that was going to be my next question. Is there any reason to build them? I guess not. Cosmo, nothing. Startler Annihilation, not even for Dark Dimension 6. Thor was an okay character on the team, but yeah, Nova's the only one that's really worth building on that team now. Any other problems that you had with this Black Cat trials? It seemed super easy. And I didn't try difficulty 9, but difficulty 8 seems super easy.
Yeah, it was a lot easier now than it was. Not much changed for, like, I think of the global section. Is it like for global controllers? That's still pretty sucky, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot more easy and more fun. All right, and in addition to Black Cat, Green Goblin, we got another city villain that just came to the game. Spider Slayer was just added. You said you did not purchase this character. Have you tried this character on a test server? And if so, how much value did he add to that Superior and to that Sinister 6 teams?
Yeah, I did test the team on the test server, but I only tested it as a 5-piece. I didn't try subbing other characters in. And now I'm thinking that Mysterio might be better than Spider Slayer. I'm not really sure. I know Mysterio's very, very good with his ability to prevent people from getting immunity. That definitely gives him a high value. Plus his special being able to blind everybody and drop ability block. He's a really good character now.
Yeah, Mysterio is really, really good. Any value for Spider Slayer if you're trying to make a hybrid team with this Superior and Sinister 6 characters? Vulture seems very good. Mysterio seems very good now. The rest of the Superior 6 seems good. All right, if you're not trying to build 2 teams, any reason to build this character?
If you're not trying to build 2 teams, then you might be able to skip this one and just use Mysterio instead. I also like Spider Slayer's ability to work with any other, I think it's like, it's tech villains again, or villains in general. I think I'm one of his abilities there. So you can pair him with like Ultron and do something interesting, perhaps.
Yeah, I was reading a lot of his like T4s, and they actually benefited other characters, not just Superior 6 and Sinister 6. So, oh, that's why I don't see it, because I don't have a T4. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here.
Probably get more value out of having Spider Slayer on Masters of Evil than Absorbing Man in some instances.
I could see that. Yeah, in certain instances, yeah, I do see that, because a lot of times he's slotted out, having more defense up deflect to villains. Yeah, I do like that. That's a good call on that. Now, you didn't purchase this character. Did the Awaken abilities make it a factor at all for you to purchase or not purchase this character, or was that totally irrelevant?
It's a nice bonus. Like, it definitely made me think about it. The problem is it's $50. I don't like to do $50 microtransactions. I like my microtransactions to be micro. I think $20 is kind of my cap. Anything over $20 and I get real critical.
Yeah. I agree. That's not a microtransaction at all. It's a character release. The microtransaction was like $5 for all that gold and stuff like that. Those are like, yes, just do it. But yeah, these, I think about it. I don't know if I would have bought this character if I wasn't making content on the game. That was a huge factor for me. But yeah, if I'm able to make a video, that makes it easier for me to make a purchase. All right, we have an event going on right now that got shortened. This one is based on Sinister 6. This one is based on Cosmic Crucible. But instead of the normal 3 days that we have to do this event, only 2 days. How big of a factor was this for the milestones that everyone is able to push for? Were you able to use all of your Sinister 6 in some of these Crucible battles, or would you just say, let's be efficient, let's rise in the ranks in Cosmic Crucible and screw the Alliance?
Yeah, I had to screw my alliance. I'm right on the line. I'm on Diamond 1, and if I lose too many times, I'm going to lose out on Diamond credits every week, so I couldn't mess around. I did use 5 Sinister 6 because they're very good in Cosmic Crucible, but I wasn't able to make 2 teams and maximize points.
I was yesterday. I took out a Wakandans with pretty much just Vulture, and then took out like, what was the other team? I think it was an Infinity. No, it was a Pegasus team that I took out with Green Goblin and the rest. So I was able to use 2 yesterday. Wasn't able to use 2 today, but yeah, I tried. Do you think that this is a big factor, having it be only 2 days instead of 3? Do you think that was done on purpose, or was that another error? Because the blog post said it was going to be for the full 3 days.
Yeah, I have an official statement here, and to paraphrase it, it was due to the holiday. It was designed for 2 days, and
it was designed for 2 days. It was on purpose.
It was
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
And I mean, you can see you guys made it to milestone 18. That's further than you're actually supposed to go. I think for most.
Oh, usually we usually get to milestone 19 for all these events. So this is a little less than we normally would have gotten.
All right, I think it's further than you're supposed to get. I think this event in general was optional. There were no items on it. There were points, but I think those were like buffer points, if that makes sense. I don't know. Okay. I think they were looking at this as kind of optional.
It kind of was. It kind of was, because as we look at this, we're very close to the reverse engineer. We still have another quick rumble. We still have those weapons online. There's the meta items. So I guess from that sense, it's fine that they made it optional. But yeah,
it's fine. I don't love it. I think it's stupid. I think they should have given everybody 100,000 points. And if they're going to take off Monday, let us take off Monday as well. But whatever.
Sure. Yeah. All right. That's fine. All right. What about this weapons online event? I didn't think too much of it. It seems like a pretty easy event. You open these, or you spend some campaign energy. You get some orb fragments to open. You spend power cores. Pretty simple. But as I was looking down here, there's some diamond orbs, not Diamond Dawn orbs. Some real diamond orbs down here in the whale milestones here, along with some gear 18 pieces. Is this event worth pushing for?
If you have done some advanced hoarding techniques that I've talked about on my channel, then yeah.
Okay, are you going to push for this? Are these diamond orbs worth it for you to push? Are you trying? And if you are, you're going to push for milestone 20, or just get 1 diamond orb at milestone 19?
Milestone 20 is cash only, I'm afraid. No amount of hoarding can get you down to milestone 20. Maybe. Is
it worth the cash? Look at this. They're selling this diamond orb for what, $100 in the store right now, or is it 50? I don't know.
It's been reduced to 50 now, I think.
Okay, $50. This is $50. Is it worth it for you? And these gear 18 pieces, those are what, $100? This is more than 100. This is like $200 worth of value, Mr. Hartgrave. Are you going to push for this?
Value. No, milestone 19 is my jam. I'm gonna go for milestone 19. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try for that as well. I don't think I'm gonna go super hard in it. Mr. Hartgrave, I have a question for you. July 14th, we had a weekly blog, final run the Horsemen Scourges with the leaderboards. We go down here, and let me just refresh this in case you don't remember what it says. Scourge events for Apocalypse Deadly Horsemen will soon see updates to event rewards and structure, but before the updates arrive, each Scourge event will have one more run in its original form. The final run of Morgan Le Fay's Pestilent Scourge will go live on July 17th. Don't miss out on earlier shards. We'll have more information, new structure for Scourge events in the near future, so stay tuned. Be on the lookout for final Scourge runs for Famine, War, Death. As in the coming months, Famine will be in July, War and Death currently planned for September. What happened to this? We got some news from Archangel here. Does the dev team know how much people want to hear what's happening with Next Horseman? This is from yesterday. Archangel said, are you firm the Scourges for Horsemen? Hopefully we have it in a weekly blog before the end of the year. No commitment that it's going to be resolved. What do you think is going to happen with this? What do you think happened with this? Why is this so late?
Yeah, I don't know what they are planning on doing with the old Scourges. They're really out of date, especially the one that requires web warriors. I would like that to see switched over to like Spider-Verse or something. What I assume they're going to do is they're going to make them permanent in game so that you can kind of go after them anytime.
Was that confirmed? I thought I heard about it being permanent as well, but I don't see it in this blog post.
I think that's just speculation, and the hope is that, you know, you'll just need to get to certain point levels, and then that's how you'll get your 7 stars on those characters. And that's actually a lot of why I'm holding off on saying much to new players right now, because until we know what's going on with that path, it's hard to tell you what to build, right? Like, I don't know how these Scourges are going to go. So I hope they work that out. I hope they get them in game. I hope it's reasonable. I hope they make some small adjustments to it to make it a little easier for new players to not have to put tier 16 on web warriors to do it. Because that was kind of the old way, and I don't think we should have to do that anymore.
Well, hopefully these changes are coming very soon. Hopefully it makes it a better experience for newer players, and not have to go through what we did to get Apocalypse, or make it significantly easier. I mean, Scarlet Witch putting all that gear on her, Phantom X putting all that gear on him, just did not feel good. But one more thing I want to ask you about. This is a blog for some May 10th, Mr. Hartgrave. Version 7.1. We are currently on 7.5, going to 7.6. And in these patch notes, we scroll down here. The first mention of new Teal Origin Challenge, which never happened in 7.1, 2, 3, 4, 7.5. They stopped mentioning it in patch notes in 7.5. So when do you think this is going to happen? I know I need a lot of Teal Catalyst. I need a lot of Teal gear. I need more Teal Origin gear. When do you think this is going to be added to the in-game, or has this been scrapped because of all the people that they shifted from the stability issues that they're working on?
Yeah, I guess this was just a casualty of trying to, you know, fix the back end of the game. Is little stuff like this isn't getting addressed. It seems like this would be easier to do, but I guess like a lot of thought ends up going into this. Maybe it doesn't need to. Just put one character. I don't know. You know what? I would actually kind of like if the final challenges were actually just one like super powered character. Like, remember God Thor from back in the day?
There was. I was talking trash about Apocalypse. There was a big Apocalypse node as well somewhere, or maybe there was a boss in one of the raids or something. But yeah, one huge bad guy,
one huge character. Like, guys, just phone it in. You guys have phoned plenty of stuff in. Just phone it in. And let us have these challenges.
Wait, I've been autoing those challenges for so long. Do we actually have to play those? Do we have to beat those to? Okay.
Usually they actually do provide some challenge, but you know, I don't think anyone's expecting that. We just want the
more rewards. I just want more rewards. Yeah, that's what I want. Hopefully it's coming very soon. Now we have something else that is coming very soon, which could be a good thing. It is a mega gold orb in the data mines, and what it says about this mega gold orb, ladies and gentlemen, guarantees 1 million to 100 million in gold. What do you think this is? How do you think this is going to be released? Is this going to be just released in events? Is it going to be offers only to buy? How do you think this is going to be released in the game? And when do you think this is coming?
It'll probably be released in conjunction with some kind of horrible event, like a gold spending event or something. And then they're going to release this orb, and they are going to milk the whales and krakens like you've never seen before. And they will probably up the level cap to 100 in conjunction with it. Because I believe the data mine says the jackpot is 100 million gold.
It does right here. Yeah. 100 million gold.
Yeah,
and man. And a minimum is 1 million. So
yeah.
Way better than the gold orbs we have.
The good news is eventually they should start giving these out, and this is going to actually fix the gold economy at some point.
Hopefully. I'm not too confident in that statement, but I'd love it if it would be true.
They're definitely going to sell them for a lot of money. Like,
all right, what do you think the price point is going to be on these? $50, $100, $2,000? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, Valley Glove.
My price point is $1. I $1 for 1 million. You saw the offer earlier, $5 for 5 million, so it's $1 for 1 million. I assume they will charge you a minimum of $10 per orb, but that is way too much.
Yeah, I want to win this. I want to earn this. I want to grind for this. I don't want to buy this. All right, that is it, Mr. Hartgrave. A lot of things went on this week. Roadmap for 2023 finally announced. A lot of good stuff that I'm looking forward on that. New game modes, Mephisto, Nightcrawler, a lot of other stuff going on this week. Some data mines about some stuff coming in, and it looks like we are getting an update before the end of this year. What do you think was your most exciting thing that we discussed in this video today?
I guess the new tower mode. I like game modes like Scourge where you can play them as much as you want to. Like the major downside of tower for me is that like you feel like you have to do it perfectly every day, and that gets kind of stressful. I guess that's why I don't like Cosmic Crucible the way it is right now either. I feel like I have to like do my attacks perfectly to get my efficiency score as high as possible to even. Bummer. If I could like redo Cosmic Crucible over and over again until I locked in my highest score, I'd probably be having a blast with it. And that's what it sounds like this game mode is. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to Siege on Battleworld. Looking forward to this new tower mode. Looking for their new characters. And I'm looking forward to finally finishing Dark Dimension 6 and entering Dark Dimension 7. That's what I'm looking forward to. But that is it. Anything else you got coming up this week?
Yeah, I think the only thing I have coming up is I've got some videos on a new game that's coming out. And if you'd like to be a part of the beta, you can go over to my channel right now. And in my community section, there are some instructions there on how to sign up for it. It's actually pretty fun.
Nice. Make sure you guys check that out if you're looking for an additional game to play in addition to Marvel Strike Force. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. If this video did provide you some value, hit that like button. It is free for you and it supports the channel. And if you want to check out what are the only 10 teams that you need right now in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there. And I'll see you guys next time. Are you ready for a fist bump, Mr. Hartgrave?
Always.
There it is. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, Mr. Hartgrave. Out. Have a great rest of your day, guys.